How you doing, people? Robert here. I'm going to do a video this morning. There's a lot of people that woke up all over our lands, but there's a lot of people still sleeping. And this is a video that hopefully can maybe adjust your way of thinking. And the main point here, people, is that people have to change their way of thinking because they've been psycho-conditioned all their life to believe the bullshit the legal society, the legal system is telling them is law when it's no law. Prime example, you got a parliament, Scottish Parliament, men and women in there representing that parliament. Are there to represent the people, but they're representing the person. They're not representing the man or the woman, it's the person. And this is how people are getting problems all right through their lives. We're losing their homes, stealing out their banks, stealing their sons and daughters, clamping their motors, right? Because it all relates to person. Let me be clear, people. People require to wake up, realise who and what you are. You're either a man or a woman, but you're certainly not a person. And this is how everybody in our lands, all men and women, sons and daughters, are getting screwed, right? Because they believe they're a person. There is no person. It's a crown construct. It's a fiction. Prime example, birth certificate, extract the birth certificate that tells you the bottom left hand corner on the one I've got. Person or persons using this cannot use it for identification. The top left hand corner, it clearly states a symbol, crown copyright, so it's not the man or woman's name. Anyway, this video about is who is making the claim. Right, people, this is an important point. There's a man, there's a woman, there's a person, and there's a corporation. Man or woman has to have a contract, full disclosure terms and conditions, and whatever services this corporation is providing. The way things work here is everything's done over a phone, so everything's done on presumption and assumption. Prime example of the fraud is against the people. They don't know who that is. That's why everybody, when you even phone up to look for somebody on a phone, you can't get an answer. They always say the person that you've tried to contact, you cannot reach at this time. The legal system, the legal society are screwing every man and woman in our lands, Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales, and it's happening worldwide. This isn't just about the corporation UK. Who's making the claim? Only a man or a woman can make a claim against a man or a woman, and there has to be a controversy that you breached a contract. And as I said earlier in this video, a contract is that you have full terms and conditions and full disclosure, and everybody involved in this contract has to be in agreement. If they're not in agreement, there is no contract because you won't sign it. The problem people have here that they're not understanding, right, and this is especially for the ones that still sleeping, that think that this is a fallacy, a nonsense. This is deadly serious, people. And the problem we have here is a lot of people out there think if it happens to somebody, that's their problem. But I, the man, the living man, assure people it's coming to everybody's door, right? Nobody's going to be missed. It's just not came to your door yet. And when you come to the door to where you stay, then you'll know how it feels for all these people. The thing of the matter is, you've got people like council tax, an example, and the courts are all part of this, right? Because you're saying they're court officers. Remember this, people, when they're granting orders in these Mickey Mouse administrative hearings, these are no courts. These judges are not on their oaths, or sheriffs, men acting in the role of sheriff or judges, they're not on their oaths, they're all part of the fraud. That's why they have to get the person. When you walk into court, they've got to get the person, because they'll not listen to the man or woman. What's happening is when you present evidence, like myself, I'm still having the same problem with it, ignoring me, but they're not going to ignore me for much longer. Let me tell you that right now. Because I know the game, and the game is up, and so's the fraud, right? My main objective here is, I've not got a hidden agenda. My main objective here is to waken up the people all over our lands, right? Because this is happening to all our people all over our lands, right? The thing of the matter is, council tax, a prime example. They say that the council say that you are debt, right? There is no man or woman called council, right? Anything with a corporation name, there is no man or woman called that, right? It's a fiction. A soulless legal fiction that has no life. It has no right of mind to contract, and no man or woman or person, if you want to go to the extent of person, can make a claim on his behalf. And this is how the men and women, the CEOs, finance directors and the rest of the arseholes that work for the legal society escape liability. People need to waken up to this, because this is not a joke anymore. This is getting deadly serious. and people are going to get robbed. It's diabolical what's happening here. And it's even more diabolical. There's a lot of people out there thinking that the people attacking the system are idiots. Well, we're no idiots. We know what we're doing, and we're doing it for a reason. And it's for the right reason. It's not for to be assholes to the system. The system are robbing the people on a daily basis. These administrative hearing that you think is a court isn't a court. These solicitors, prostitutes known as solicitors, who are the Babylon, and liars. People think that they're there to help them. They're only there to make a deal on your behalf and get the best deal for the legal society, the legal system. They can only go so far in a court with you people. They've got enough to the fiction, the crown. It has no life. And the court, this is the fraud is being used, and people are just not wide awake yet. So what you have to do, the man or woman, is write to the chief executive officer or the finance director as an example. Ask them who the man or woman is that's making the claim that you owe debt. Ask them for the contract, full terms, conditions and the full disclosure. The biggest argument when these people write back to you is they say it's under the Act. 1992 Finance Act. The thing in the matter, people have to get the gist of here. In that act, it relates to person, a dead fiction that has no life. Now, you have to ask for the contract, full disclosure, terms and conditions, what man or woman is making the claim, right? There is no public services anymore. They've been incorporated behind your back. They've been stolen for the people. And the worst scenario here is that the people are still paying for what they think is public services when they're no public services. They're private corporations. They always want more money, people, right? Why do they want more money? Because it's total greed. It's not because they're lacking the money, because they've got more than enough money. The fiction money, the illusion of money. They're masquerading as a public service, people. And you have to get the gist of this, right? As I said, there is no public services, it's a fraud. These politicians in the Scottish Parliament, the House of Commons, Westminster, are all acting in fraud against the people, and they know what they're doing. That's just an incorporated game to make it look like they're doing something. Now, and the reason they get away with this, people, is because they escape liability, because they use fictitious entity names that has no life. The House of Lords, House of Commons, the Scottish Parliament. Now, I don't know what it's going to take to waken all you people up out there, but you have to waken up soon, because trespass, harm, loss and injury are being caused to our people, right? And a prime example is the shitty weather that we've had in the last week. There's people still lying in these streets. Now, anybody with empathy or a heart, and they represented the people as the people, man or woman, there wouldn't be any homeless people on the street. They would open up an old building, put heating in it, beds and sleeping bags, and get the people off the street. Because these people are woefully neglecting their duty of care to the men and women of this country, our lands. People shouldn't be lying in the street. I don't care. They're in the street. There's no excuse for that. It doesn't matter if they've made themselves homeless, or they're drug addicts, or they're alcoholics. In that weather, they should be moved off the street. And I think with what I'm just saying, that you'll understand that. Well, I'm going to cause a controversy. We've got people coming into this country. I'm no racist, I'm no biased, right? And I've got first-hand knowledge of where I stay. That people are walking into brand new houses. They're getting all brand new white goods. They're getting furniture. And they're getting it delivered. They're getting gas and electric vouchers at £45, £50. We've got pensioners here that don't even get that. Now, our people come first as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care what other people think, right? Charity begins at home. Sort our own problems out, and then we can sort other people's problems out. These politicians in the Scottish Parliament, the House of Commons, Westminster, are all acting in fraud against the people, and they know what they're doing. When you watch the Scottish Parliament and the House of Commons, the House of Lords, they all sit and they talk a load of nonsense, right? That's just an incorporated game to make it look like they're doing something, right? Now, and the reason they get away with this, people, is because they escape liability, right? Because they use fictitious entity names that has no life. The House of Lords, House of Commons, the Scottish Parliament, right? A prime example in the Scottish Parliament, they've got a presiding officer, right? Anything with the word officer attached is a corporation, right? And this is the bit you need to understand, right? It's a corporation, right? Now, I don't know what it's going to take to waken all you people up out there, but you have to waken up soon, right? Because trespass, harm, loss and injury are being caused to our people, right? And a prime example is the shitty weather that we've had in the last week. There's people still lying in these streets. Now, anybody with empathy or a heart, and they represented the people as the people, man or woman, there wouldn't be any homeless people on the street. They would open up an old building, put heating in it, beds and sleeping bags and get the people off the street. Because these people are woefully neglecting their duty of care to the men and women of this country, our lands. People shouldn't be lying in the street, right? I don't care. They're in the street. There's no excuse for that. It doesn't matter if they've made themselves homeless or they're drug addicts or they're alcoholics, right? In that weather, they should be moved off the street, right? I would go to a different angle on this, but I don't want to cause a controversy with the people, right? And I think with what I'm just saying that you will understand that. Well, I'm going to cause a controversy, right? We've got people coming into this country, right? I'm no racist, I'm no biased, right? And I've got first-hand knowledge of where I stay, that people are walking into brand new houses, they're getting all brand new white goods, they're getting furniture, and they're getting it delivered. They're getting gas and electric vouchers at £45, £50. We've got pensioners here that don't even get that, right? Now, our people come first as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care what other people think, right? Charity begins at home. Sort our own problems out, and then we can sort other people's problems out, right? This makes me really, really angry. People can walk right in the front door here and get a house like that, right? It's wrong. It's immoral, right? And it's not right, right? Anyway, I'm kind of diversing off of what I'm talking about here. What you need to do with the council, write to them, the man or woman, get their name of the chief executive, the finance officer, write to him or her direct in private capacity under full liability. Do not put a position, chief executive officer, right? Just put the man or woman known by the name of. Put their name at the left hand side, your name and address at the right hand side, right? Fill terms and conditions. Copy the contract. Also, they're a private corporation. Ask them for a mission statement, a charter and liability insurance, right? And what man or woman's making the claim, right? Because only a man or a woman can make a claim. People have to step up to the mark here and take these people on. They're all acting in fraud under Scots common law. That's the advantage I've got here, because I've got the Scots common law definitions. Writing words in conduct, fraud, to deceive and defraud. Personation, right? Changing the status from a man to a person, right? When there is no person, again, to deceive and defraud. Property theft, they're stealing people's homes, money out of their bank accounts, they're stealing their cars. They're talking to cars people, right? I'm going to do a video about the clamping and the scam and how to deal with this, right? Because people need to stop leaving clamps on cars, because you're creating a tacit agreement for them to take it away. It's your property, claim it, right? It doesn't matter if it's registered with the entity DVLA, right? Claim it, right? Cut the clamp off. Nobody's clamping my property. I own it. They might own the number plate, but they don't own the property, right? Once you've wrote to the council, right, it's the same if you've got letters for debt collectors, write to them in the same manner, right? Ask them for their charter, their mission statement, their liability insurance, right? And ask them, the most important question to ask them, who is this debt for? The person, the man or the woman? And if they say person, it doesn't relate to the man or the woman, and that shows they're committing fraud against the man or the woman, right? People have to wake up and stand up and be counted here, right? There's no point in sitting here thinking that you can't not do anything about it. We have to get the whole of our lands to stand together, England, Ireland and Wales, bring the people together and start taking this system down, because they're destroying families. They destroyed my family, but I'm not done with them yet. I've not even started with them yet, right? We have to come together, and what we might have to consider doing, people, I'm against the word partition, right? Partition is too big, right? What we maybe have to do is put certain people on notice and give them just fair warning, right? If they don't act lawfully, they're getting removed from office. And always remember this, people. It was the men, women that put these people in, these parasites into power, right? It's the men and women that can remove them just as quick, right? Because it's the men and women that's using the illusion of money to pay their wages, right? And if they're not doing the job to represent and stand by and protect the people and the people's property, in our lands, they shouldn't be there. We have to get rid of them, right? And that's the only way that they're going to start taking notice, including these Mickey Mouse men and women acting in a role of sheriffs, police constables, police officers, CEOs, finance directors. They're all part of the fraud, right? There's a lot of people in the system, people that don't know much about what's going on, right? They just follow the orders, the script trained, everything on a phone. When they're talking to somebody and you've got a problem, like for instance with Talk, they're on a script. They've got a wee manual that they've got to follow. What's in that manual? It's a script, it's all written for them, right? But when you start asking awkward questions, they are snookered, they can't answer it, right? The point of the matter is, only a man or a woman can make a claim, right? Council, Police Scotland, Scottish Gas, British Gas, Scottish Power, British Power, whatever you want to call it, Business Stream Limited, the water company, they're all fictitious offices, people, and this is how they're escaping liability, because when men and women are taken to court, they're taken to court as a person, right? Corporation has the status of a person, and that's why when you go into court, that's why they can take a fictitious, soulless legal fiction that has no right of mind to contract, has no life, lifeless, no man or woman can make a claim. So when they get into these Mickey Mouse administrative hearings, people, you're getting screwed because you're dealing with another person, because when you walk in there, you take a prostitute known as solicitor, a whore of Babylon, and a lawyer liar to assist the man or woman. That's how you're getting screwed, because they are part of the fraud against the people. You people need to waken up with this. That's what I'm going to say one more time, people, right? Always ask who's making the claim, right? Because there is nobody called council, as I've just said. That's a prime example. Challenge everything. Get it in writing. Put everything in writing, right? And take them on. Don't sit back anymore, people, and let this happen. It's wrong, right? Anyway, people, I hope I kind of got this wee message out to you. But if you like this information, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Robess. I'm also on Facebook, Robert Sproul. There's a lot more to come this week, people. This is when you're going to see the living man show authority as a man against the legal system, right? Sorry about the delay in other videos, but this video is quite important. You have to find out what man or woman is making the claim, right? Everything is done as fictive, like presiding officer, first minister, police officer, fire officer, parole officer, prison officer are all corporations. Even Berlin Prison's a corporation, people. I've got the Dun and Bradstreet numbers, but this is all going to come up. It's all going to be exposed. All your politicians are registered corporations as well, individually, as persons, alright? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Take care, be safe, speak soon.